I think it's a very difficult job as a consultant to persuade a leader or maybe the chief executive of an organization that this would be a good thing for him to do. And how do we deal with that problem? Well, in the first place, it's a difficult system to explain. And if you try to get into the explanation of it and get into all kinds of things about forward and backward, and it's not going to work. So what do? Well, we have some consultants who seem to be very good at that. They approach it more sometimes as a personal counseling problem. They offer to help the executive see his organization a little better, and they make a proposal for perhaps a small survey or a check with some people that he works with. You need to find some way of getting the go-ahead for trying it out on the cat. That means the man himself and his the people he would most like to know about before he gets into too much. So you need. I had a student one time who had a wonderful phrase for this. He spoke of tiny steps for tiny feet. In getting somebody interested in SYMLOG and who might go ahead, you do have to do it by tiny steps. So you need to find the tiny steps and that you can get into without having to explain too much about the system, I think. You may be able to show him a good example of some organization before or after, or some particularly good organizations and how they look. So you might have some illustrative material like that, which would enable you to point out differences in how they can be measured without getting into a lot of talk about just how it does it. But I think that in most instances, you're probably going to be talking first to the CEO, or that's the person who is going to make critical decisions. So, incidentally, study him a little first, if you can, before you get to know what kinds of values he probably has. Your approach is going to be very different according to the values you assume.